30 and I'm single, and something that I quickly had to learn while dating at my 30s is that 30 or plus year old men would much rather date women that are on their early 20s than women that are 30 or plus years old. And I think the reason for that is because when you turn 30, you hit this wall where you don't take the same shit that you used to take while you were in your 20s.
I really like how she finagled the whole hitting the wall phrasing. You get what I'm saying? Like she kind of took it and made it her own thing. So shout out to her on the low.
Example, when I was at my 20s, a guy would say, yeah, like I just need time. I cannot be in a serious relationship with you right now. And I would go for it and I would entertain this man. If a man comes today and says, hey, I'm not ready for a serious relationship, it's like, babe, you're 30. The hairline is going back. Like, what else do you need time for? So I quickly had to realize that I'm probably going to be spending a lot of time single, and I have to be okay with it because I cannot go back to my 20s.
Yeah, you're going to have to be okay with it because you can't go back to your 20s when you got all the attention in the world. Because the reason why when you were 20 and a guy told you that he wasn't ready for a serious relationship and you accepted it is because you still had a bunch of other dudes paying you a bunch of attention. So it really didn't matter. You understand? But now that you don't have all that much attention, you understand? You don't have a lot of guys showing you attention it's not like it was when you were in your 20s. Now you're more focused and you're more you have more of an urgency to try to be in a serious relationship. You understand? And then, what we have here, guys, is a woman. She's trying to come to terms with hitting the wall. But shout out to her once again. She took the term of hitting the wall, right? And she rephrased it and made it her own. She said, you hit a wall where you don't accept certain things anymore. Well, see, here's the thing. It's not that you outright chose to not accept certain things anymore. What's happening is you are realizing that you're running out of time. You understand? A woman has a biological clock, right? Where she's only able to fulfill her purpose of motherhood within a certain window. That's the way nature designed it, right? Because that's what a woman is here for, right? A woman is here to be the vessel for procreation. You understand? A man provides the seed, and she is the vessel for incubation and development, and of course delivery, right? So that's what's happening here. She's coming to terms that she's not getting the same amount of attention as she got when she was in the 20s, and there's nothing really wrong with what she's saying until she starts to use the whole shaming, the shaming language, right? Where she starts talking about, babe, your hairline is going back. Like, what are you waiting for? It's like, listen, you can't force a man into a relationship just because you're at a certain age. You understand? And that's the part that, women like this don't understand. They don't understand that, we're not the ones with biological clocks. As long as a man takes care of himself, we can get women pregnant until our deathbed. As long as we're healthy, as long as we take care of ourselves health wise, we can get women pregnant well into our 80s and 90s. You get what I'm saying? Of course, it won't be exactly the same, but it's still highly possible. Now with you, it's like once you hit 40, 45, latest 48, maybe 50 if you're lucky, even past that, it's hard for you to even do in vitro and all that other stuff. You get what I'm saying? So you have a window, and and look, as far as hitting the wall, I'm not even going to go there necessarily. I know a lot of guys are like, yeah, Miles, talk about how she hit the wall because that's what these chicks is. It's like, yeah, I mean, she's still fairly attractive, at her age now. You know what I'm saying? So me personally, I like older women. So that whole hitting the wall thing, that's not really where I'm focused at. You get what I'm saying? However, at the same time, she does realize that her time is running out. So therefore, she has a level of urgency, right? And it's also to the point where she's trying to shame dudes into being in a serious relationship with her. You understand? But again, you can't shame anyone to get into a relationship with you. And then on top of that, why would you want to? Like, why would you want to motivate someone to get into a relationship with you through shame, right? Somebody should want to get into a relationship with you because they truly want to, because they find you interesting, because they're compatible with you, because they truly desire you, not because their hairline is falling back, not because they're getting older, not because they're at a certain age. They should be doing things because they want to, not because they're afraid of the alternative, or not because they're afraid of the fact that they're getting old. And see, and that's why we have to understand something about women, and the reason why women require a certain level of leadership. See, I told you guys already that a woman is a slave to her feelings, her emotions, and her need for survival. You understand? So with that being said, we have to understand that women, their actions also are a result of how they feel. And so basically a woman, because of her being in tune with her feelings, most of her decisions are a result of the environment and her place in the environment. So what I mean by that is, in her 20s, she is usually in an environment where she is receiving a lot of attention. Okay. So because of her emotions are high. Her self-esteem is high because she's getting all this attention. So that gives her a high confident emotion, which allows her to make certain decisions, again, based on her emotions. So she'll be willing to accept the guy that says he's not ready for a relationship, right? Because she's getting all this attention. She's willing to, date around, maybe sleep around, and do a whole bunch of different things in her 20s because that's how she feels at the moment. Okay. But as she gets older, the environment starts to change in reference to her new stage in life. So now her emotions are telling her something different. Now her emotions are telling her, hey, we're running out of time. As far as our emotions and our survival, we need to find somebody that actually cares about us to get us pregnant and or marry us, so we can be taken care of, so we can have an emotional outlet to nurture a family and a child, a husband and a child, and so we can have somebody that's looking out for us as far as resources and finances. That's why we need to get married. You get what I'm saying? So the changes in her age brings her to a different environment where not as many guys are giving her that attention. So her emotions and her need to survive starts to kick in. And then she starts talking like this. But see, she is still missing a lot. You understand? She's missing some key ideals to help her actually find a guy that's going to be willing to help her survive and to fulfill her purpose of motherhood. Why I say that is because she's still shaming, right? She's still in the frame of mind that she's in charge, right? That she should be telling a man what to do because, oh, well, you're a certain age, honey, and your hairline is moving back and blah, blah, blah. Like, a woman with this frame of mind is going to have a hard time finding a man that is going to take her seriously. Like the type of leader and valuable guy, meaning a guy that understands his own value with a masculine identity, she's going to have a hard time finding that guy because she's busy trying to shame someone into falling in love with her and to being in a serious relationship with her, when she should be a little bit more humble. And she should be trying to find a man that is leading the type of life that she can be an asset to. She should be humbling herself, getting into her feminine and trying to find a man that has a plan that she can feel comfortable in as far as her emotions and her survival. That's what she should be focused on. You get what I'm saying? But also want to talk about, you see, women in situations like this, right, is equivalent to how guys on college do a lot of macking on accident, right? Where in college, especially if you go away to college where you're on the campus with the dorms and everything like that, it's real easy to get into it with the opposite sex, right? So dating happens easier, relationships happen easier, sex happens easier. A lot of things happens easier because you're in an ecosystem that provides support for you meeting women and you interacting with the opposite sex, right? In college. Now, what happens to a lot of guys is that there is a dramatic fall off when they leave college and get into real life, when they get into real adulting and real adulthood, where they have to go out into their city or their town and get a job. And now all of a sudden you may have like a handful of friends, but there's no constant, like, There's a chick over there in my class. There's a chick at the in the courtyard. There's a chick on campus. There's a chick over here. Blah 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 blah. There's a frat party on the weekend. Blah blah blah. Now you have to go out and seek the parties. So you can't mac on accident anymore. Now you have to put in the work to go get to go find women or to go find a girl or whatever it is you're trying to find. So it's the same thing here, where a woman in her 20s is like a guy on a college campus, right? Where he's macking on accident. He doesn't even know how or why he's attracting so many women. He doesn't realize that it's because he's in college, right? And she doesn't take the time to realize, well, it's because I'm in my 20s and I'm getting all this attention and I'm young and I look a certain way and guys are just attracted to me. But now that she's getting into her 30s, you understand what I'm saying? Now she's starting to see a change where she can't just get attention on accident anymore, right? She can't mac in, for her version, she can't mac on accident anymore. Right. She actually has to be proactive. And like I said, she has to get into her feminine. She has to figure out the values that and the type of life that she wants to live. And she has to find a man where she can follow his program to manifest that type of lifestyle that she's trying to get. You see what I'm saying? So, I just wanted to point out the equivalency, right? Where, because we always want to get at women and talk about them hitting the wall and so on and so forth. But the bottom line is this: as we grow into adults, there are different stages in our lives where there's going to be a limit. There's going to be a limit to the extent of whatever environment we're in at the time. You understand what I'm saying? Where, like I said, if a young man is in college, he's young, he got all these young girls around him, everybody just out of high school, just out of their parents, everybody's just getting out from under their parents' rules and roof, right? So they have all this freedom to do shit. That's the main reason why you getting so much sex and attention, female attention in college. That's the main reason. It's not because you know what you're doing or because you're a Mac or because you're a player. No, you're just a college student. You get what I'm saying? So it's the same thing with the 20-year-old woman. It's like, guys are not jumping at you and showing you all this attention because you're such a great person and you're feminine and they want to make you a wife and a mother. They're just doing that because you're at a certain stage in life where you're at your highest attraction level. You understand? But there's gonna be a time and point where for the guy, you're gonna graduate from college, and for the woman, you're gonna start to get into your 30s and 40s where you're gonna be a more mature woman who's gonna get less attention than you did when you were young. And now you're going to have to start looking at yourself and you're going to have to start developing other qualities to attract a certain type of man. So you can get to the point where someone can make you a wife and a mother. You see what I'm saying? Now, when you were 20, you weren't worried about that because there was so much attention coming at you. But now you see that there's less attention coming at you, and the attention coming at you is not even quality attention. And that's because you need to evolve. You need to upgrade your personality and your femininity to the point where a man can look at you and say, hey, I'd like to put you on my team because you seem like you can be an asset to the lifestyle and the journey that I'm on. You get what I'm saying? So that's a lesson for the guys and the girls, man. You feel me? So it's your boy, Miles Cunningham. I hope you got some from this video. Make sure you visit masculineidentitymembership.com. And if you join the Masculine Identity Membership, I will give you a free 30-minute consultation to get you started. All right. So it's your boy, Miles Cunningham. Hope you're having a great day. Be good to yourself. Hope you got something from this video. And remember, the truth is inside you. Peace.